Hot 107.9.
For the third year, we've decided here at Hot 107.9 for the morning show to allow our listeners to nominate families in need in Acadiana for Thanksgiving, because there are so many families going through so much right now. We allow our listeners to nominate families in need locally in Acadiana. We go through all of the emails. We get hundreds of emails. From there, we decide which families we think are deserving of these Thanksgiving baskets, which are donated each and every year by Heleaux Grocery on Barrel School Road in Lafayette. It's one of the best things we do at the radio station. The first home we went to, the person nominated was Annabelle. She's got 6 kids. She and her husband have been technically homeless for the last couple of years. They finally have had enough money to renovate their home best they could. Well, since moving in, her husband has been laid off, and now they're struggling not only to just pay their bills, but to feed their children. The day that I read Annabelle's nomination from a friend of hers, I knew right away we had to do something not just for Annabelle and her husband, but for the 6 kids. We were excited to actually go there with the Thanksgiving basket for a couple of kids that may not have eaten for Thanksgiving Day. Our next stop, ironically, was in the same town, Abbeville. We went and visited a guy by the name of George. He is a U.S. veteran. In 2006, he lost one of his legs. It was amputated, and his wife says he's never been able to recover from it, both physically and emotionally. And the only thing she wanted to do for her husband was see him smile again for Thanksgiving. So when I read it, number one, we've got a U.S. veteran who's struggling. No person who's ever served our country should ever go without. And when I read that all that she wanted to see was a smile on his face, I knew that we had to make a short drive down the road and make sure that this guy was taken care of on Thanksgiving. Morgan was nominated by her boss. And Morgan donates a lot of her time and efforts to rescuing animals and helping out other people. And to quote Morgan's boss, she doesn't have a lot herself, and all that she wanted was for Morgan and her husband to enjoy a warm Thanksgiving dinner. And Morgan and her husband have never asked anyone for help. Knowing that someone gives so much effort to someone else and never wants anything in return, I thought it was our turn to make sure that Morgan was taken care of. You know, we receive hundreds of emails, and if we could give out 150, 180, 200 Thanksgiving baskets, we would. It wouldn't be possible without a few people. Number one, we can't thank our listeners enough. Without our listeners, it wouldn't be possible because we wouldn't be aware of the situation so many people are in. And by far, we've got to thank our friends at Heleaux. For the third year in a row, they've answered. We don't even ask anymore. They hit us up before Thanksgiving, and they're like, are we going to do the Thanksgiving baskets? Thanks to Heleaux on Barrel School Road in Lafayette. Great people. It's local people helping local people, and it's what it's all about.